Hello, it's Liz here. Today I'm going to be sharing with you an easel card. Have you made an easel card before? Let's get started. Let me show you the pieces I'll be using. I am using garden green, and it is 4¼ by 11 inches. And then I scored it at 2 3/4 inches and 5½. Okay, so let me explain this to you a little bit. So it's a 4¼ by 11, which is just a full sheet of cardstock cut in half the long way, so that it's already been scored. So this would be like a normal card size. Okay, so that's all you're doing right there. And then, but you're going to also do a score at 2 3/4. So I think it was, yep, it was already scored. So a score at 2 3/4. Okay. If I got a little fleck of something in there. Okay. So this is what we have at this point. This is the base. 4¼ by 11, scored at 5½ inches, which is what you would normally do for a card base. But then you have one additional score at 2 3/4, folded back. This one is going to be real important to grab your bone folder, and you want to make sure that your folds are creased really well. Okay, so that's the garden green base. The next piece is the wild wheat. This is a new in color, wild wheat. It has taken me a while. I'm going to be completely honest. When this color first came out, I was not really thrilled, but it's growing on me, and I'm going to show you a color combination that kind of did it for me, and maybe it will work for you too. So this piece here is wild wheat, and it's 3 3/4 by 10 inches. 3 3/4 by 10, scored at 5 inches. Okay, so it was already scored at the 5 inches. So we're going to fold that in half. And let's use the bone folder and give that a nice crease also. Okay, so those are our two pieces. We have garden green and wild wheat. Let's put those aside. The next piece I have is Poppy Parade. Here we go. This is Poppy Parade. This piece here is Poppy Parade. It's Poppy Parade. It's 3½ inches by 4 3/4 inches. Okay, so I'm not thrilled about I was not thrilled about the wild wheat on its own. But put wild wheat together with Poppy Parade. Look at that color. I love it. It almost looks like a gold around there. It's going to get better too. But those two colors together are fantastic. All right, so that's what we have so far, those pieces. All right, now I have a piece. This designer series paper is from a pack of paper in the mini catalog called Garden Walk. Garden Walk is 3 1/4 by 4½. And look at that put together in here. The wild wheat in here with Poppy Parade. This is Calypso Coral. There's Mossy Meadow in here. I mean, this combination is beautiful. I love that, and that's what got me. I was like, maybe wild wheat's not so bad. That's a beautiful color combination. Okay, so those are the pieces. Now this one, next one here, I don't have an exact measurement for you. I could, but this is what I'm going to stamp my sentiment on. So this sizing might vary depending on what sentiment you choose. Okay. So I don't usually do this, but I pulled out a sentiment just because I liked it, but it's from an old Celebration stamp set, so it's not one that you're going to be able to get anymore, but you could pull out another sentiment the similar size and make this work. Maybe you just happen to have this stamp set, so if you do, I'll just show you what it is, but it's called Beautifully Happy. And it was a Celebration set like back in January and February. So you might already have it in your stash. So if you do, that's where these words come from. If you don't have it, you cannot get it anymore. But I'm sure you could find other words that you have in your stash that are about that size. Okay, so let's just do the stamping part right away. This is garden green ink. And I'm going to ink this up. And let's do the garden green right here. Remember, we want to go straight down without wiggling and without smushing it in there, but straight down, straight back up, and there we go. Okay, that is really all the stamping that's going to get done for this card. I'm going to take this and let's see, attach this onto Poppy Parade. So again, I'm putting this wild wheat together with Poppy Parade. Press that down. And there we go. There's our sentiment. All right, I'm going to put that aside. All right, the next thing I want to do is I'm going to emboss this bottom piece. I'm using Distress Tile embossing folder. And I'm going to take this and I'm only going to put it on that first section. I just want it in that first section. So I'm going to take this and line it up just like this so that I'm not embossing the whole card, just that section there. And I'm going to run that through the cut and emboss machine. So hang on 1 second while I do that over here. If you've made an easel card before, let me know if you've tried this or if this is something new for you. All right. Okay, so here we go. If you can see that texture there, I just did that front part, and that was the Distress Tile folder, which is still in the catalog now. And then we're going to bring this up and we're going to fold this up. And make sure that your bottom now, like you might have to adjust a little bit on the bottom, which is not a big deal. I'm pulling it down a little bit, pressing, making sure I have good creases. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and take this piece here. You want to make sure that it's opening. The opening part of it is going to go like in that crease there. It's not going to go actually in the crease, but you want the opening to be facing that crease. All right. So we're going to put adhesive. You want to make sure you get along the top so that it stays. Okay, I'm going to center this in here. And there we have it. Let's take the Poppy Parade piece. And we'll center that also. All right, and now I'm taking this piece again. It's from Garden Walk, Designer Series Paper Pack. And we're going to center that right in here. And I really just want you to take the idea of this easel card, but you could make the front of it. You could stamp this whole front if you want. Instead of using Designer Series paper, if you wanted to stamp it up, you decide that. You can do that, or you can use other Designer Series paper. But I just want you to see this style and this technique of making an easel card, okay? So I'm going to take this piece here. Now, what I want to happen is I want it to be able to stand up then. So what I want to do is I'm going to put my words on the bottom here. We're going to put dimensionals on, but be really, really careful. Pay attention to what I'm doing with the dimensionals. I need the top part of my words to be open. I'll show you that in a second. So this is my words. I'm going to flip this over, and this is the bottom. The bottom is where I'm going to put the dimensionals. At the bottom of your cardstock, you don't want it at the top up here. You only want it at the bottom. So do not put your dimensionals in the middle like we normally would. Okay, so I'm going to take that there. That's probably the biggest thing to remember is you want your dimensionals at the bottom. I'm going to center it side to side, but I'm going to put it towards sort of towards the bottom. Okay, so that piece is on there like that. When you mail it to someone, you can mail it just like this, or you can open it up and you can have it mailed to them so that it arrives like this. But then I think they're going to figure it out. I've had people say, well, should you include instructions of how to do it? If you wanted to, just make a little PS. Hey, this is an easel card. Set it up like that, or however you want to do that. But you can mail it like this. But then how it would get displayed then, you can do your writing in here. And then this gets tucked in right in there. So that you end up with this easel card like that. So what do you think? You can see it this way. Okay, so it's like that. So maybe it's not quite as difficult as what you would think it would be. There's a bunch of little pieces there. I think the biggest thing to remember on this one is being careful where you put your dimensionals here so that you can tuck this in here. But that is your easel card. So I hope you enjoy that. Give it a try. Let me know what you think. If you like this video, hit that share button below. Copy and paste that link to somebody else. That would be great. Hit that thumbs up. That lets me know that you're enjoying what you see, and comments are always great. Positive, constructive comments are wonderful. So thanks so much for being here. I appreciate it. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.